Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Attack on Titan. This is Season 3, Episode 4. Last time around, we got a lot of information, once again, so much so that it makes it really confusing, like when we're talking about it and doing the post-episode discussions and feel kind of stupid and like mumbling and it's back and forth. Yeah, it's difficult to just like keep it all in there, but we also think that that's very much on purpose. We talked a lot about the whole thing with history and humans, and nothing is truly objective, and yada yada yada. Like, yeah, go back and
You saw it.
watch our discussion if you haven't already. That there was a lot to talk about, at least, and there is a lot happening in the story right now. It's not looking good for the scouts overall. They have to go into hiding because the entire population has been turned against them. They're being framed, and the royals, the people in power, they're really trying to hold on to that fucking power by doing whatever they need to do and get a hold of Eren. Everyone wants to fucking eat Eren, so it's just fucking crazy things going on. And we also got to go back in time and hear about how Historia grew up, and we got some stuff with Erwin that was really interesting as well, also relating to the history of what's going on. So, man, yeah, what are we getting into now? I am so curious, so excited. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, let's do it. And you can, of course, always check out our full-length reactions where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead compared to here on YouTube. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. And here we go.
Breathe.
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 ちょっと私たち離れすぎじゃない？
離れないと捜索する意味がないだろ。
Oh, these guys.
なんであんたとこんな。
It's fuck, what's her name? It's Marlo and Hitch. Yeah, Hitch. Yeah, he just said it.
調査兵団が民間人を殺して逃げ回ってるなんて。
Yeah, they wouldn't.
彼らは人類のために自分の命を投げ打ってる集団なんだぞ。
Asking all the right questions, huh?
あの町を戦場に変えたこと、私たちがいくつもの死体を運んだこと、兄がまだ見つかっていないこと。
Well,
あいつの荷物がまだ私の部屋にあって邪魔なの。
調査兵団がこのまま解体されたら人類は
静かに。
動くな。
who is it? Oh, no.
そのままの姿勢で指示通りに動く。
そうだ。ゆっくり銃を前のやつに渡せ。
Well, I'm glad they didn't just kill them.
声は出さないでね。
Okay.
All right.
I'm glad that, like, we actually, of course, we know those two characters, Hitch and Marlo. They were in like the actual. It was in season 2, I think, or was it in season? No, we got to see that like at the end of season 1, in episode 23, I think it was, when we got to spend a lot of time with Annie. And then again in Lost,
OVA,
in Lost Girls part 1 and 2. So that's I'm glad we watched those at least. Know them a little bit better, and if they're going to become a bigger part of the story now, because they're not going to kill them, so they're going to have to just
Talk to them?
hold on to them,
Perhaps?
or keep them for a little while.
Yeah.
And Marlo, he was always a little bit different beforehand as well, and
Yeah,
asking
he was
some
very
more questions.
righteous.
Very righteous, yeah, that's right. And the others, they were teasing him kind of, but he is, as you said, asking the right questions.
Yeah.
And Hitch seems more of a, like, just self-centered a little bit, but still thinking about Annie, and was nice to Annie.
Yeah.
In a sense, for sure.
待たせてすまなかったな、エルヴィン。早速だが、尋問を始めさせてもらう。
What do you expect to get out of an interrogation?
つまり捜査は中央憲兵の指導で行われたということですか。
おい、ピューレ。この壁の断りは分かっとらんのですよ。中央憲兵に関わることは一
Corruption!
切記述しませんので、例の新型立体起動装置についても。
The new ODM gear.
新型立体起動装置。そして我々にもその存在が隠されていたということは、 我々はあの銃口が向けられる対象外
Hmm.
ではないということか。
I like that he's questioning things as well. But Erwin has also been trying to like shake some sense into him a couple of times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whoop. Anji! Yoink! Nice, now they have a witness.
Yep.
黒いコートの長身の男が親父を殺したんだ。
この真実を明らかにしよ
どうやって？あんた公害見てないのか？この鮮明壁の中を逃げ回るしか俺の人生はクソ。
う。まあそうかも。
Well, yeah.
一生天敵に怯えてネズミのようにこそこそ生きてくぐらいなら命を投げ打ってでもその天敵に一矢報いてやろうと
思わねえよ。
No, I don't.
王会や家族に真実を教えてあげたくないのか？
はあ？それあんたらの都合だろ。
当たり前だ。お前も自分の都合を通してみろ。
Sweet talking didn't help, so let's just resort to threats.
敗者なんだよ。
何言ってんの？調査兵団は未だ負けたことしかないんだよ。
Yeah.
さて、ストヘスク憲兵支部所属マルロ・フロイデンベルク二等兵
リヴァイ兵長。
It's really him.
ヒッチドレス二等兵
あんたたち南方訓練兵団出身なんだってね。兄レオンハートと同じ。仲良かったの。
Gonna tell her the truth about Annie? Because it's like, why not at this point?
あの日以来見つかってないのは巨人にぐちゃぐちゃにされて見分けつかなくなったからでしょ。
いや、
No.
潜伏してた巨人の正体が兄レオンハートだったからだ。まったく嫌になるよな。この世界のことを何も知らねえのは俺らもみんな同じだ。
Yeah.
この壁の中心にいる奴ら以外。
So much fucking misinformation.
リヴァイ兵長、俺に協力させてください。 俺に
Yeah.
はあなたたちが間違っているとは思いません。この世界の不正を正すことができるのなら、俺は何だってやります。
なんだ。
Very self-righteous.
Mm-hmm.
サシャ、二人をこの辺に拘束しろ。
俺にやらせてください。
任せる。
Knock yourself out. What? What are you gonna do, Sean?
やっぱりお前らを逃がすのは危険だ。
あんたたちは人類を救うために戦ってると分かってる。
信用できるわけねえだろ。特におかっぱ。お前はダメだ。
This is a ploy, right?
ヒッチ、逃げろ。
どう考えたら劣勢の俺たちが今から人類を救えると思えるんだよ。
俺は入る兵団を間違えたよ。あんたが今も命を懸けて戦い続ける限り俺はあんたを信じる。
Oh.
彼は俺を試しただけだ。
Doesn't have that much of a horse face.
Well, we can't really see that.
なんかお前、俺の嫌いなやつと似てたからな。あのバカに。
Yeah.
そのバカって兄が言ってたやつと同じやつか。
Yep.
お互い半端もんで助かったな。マルロ、お前の覚悟は証明できた。これならリヴァイ兵長も納得するはずだ。俺たちに力を貸してくれ。
Okay. Risky, that one, Sean. Very.
Well,
But paid off.
マルロ、ヒッチ、助かった。行くぞ。今度はこっちから仕掛ける。
Oh. Charge.
Susume!
Got him.
兵長、その人は。
中央憲兵だ。こいつには聞くことがある。
Okay. The chancellery.
Chancellery. Chancellery.
Chancellery. Yeah.
お前を逃がしちまった時俺はもう本当によしや
殺されるかと。
Okay, well, yeah, they are under a lot of pressure as well.
奴は俺らを裏切って調査兵団の側についたんだよ。
調査兵団から人をさらうよう中央憲兵が依頼したのか。
俺たちとは別の隊だがな。何にも教えてもらえなかったんだな。
Where's Hanji?
親父は俺に教えてくれたよ。商人は嗅覚が大事だってな。だから俺は嗅ぎ分けた。親父たちの無念を晴らせる人たちを。上を見ろマルケ。
Nice. Oof. A little too close to my liking there.
調査兵団なぜ。
Everybody was watching and listening.
Mm-hmm.
全部聞いたぜ。
Ooh.
中央憲兵の
Nice.
企みはここにいる全員が証人だ。
Good plan.
それが何になる。
They had one witness before, now they have a bunch of them.
お前らはもうおしまい。
みんな安心してくれ。
Just sat on him.
この町はリーブス商会が守る。だからよろしくお願いします。
よろしく頼むぜ。
That's nice.
9人おめでとう。じゃあ憲兵を頼んだよ。
And to think that Mikasa actually kind of indirectly instilled this in them.
True.
さっきの検問所にいたのはまだ右も左もわからん新兵だ。そんなのを殴り倒して勇気取りか。
それは気の毒なことをしたな。
Oh.
特にあんたの口は気の毒でしょうがない。エレンとクリスタはどこだ。
お前らが出頭しなければ囚われた調査兵は全員処刑される。最初は調査兵団最高責任者であるエルヴィン・スミスからだ。
Now he's really gonna hurt him at least.
エレンとクリスタの居場所を言え。
本当に教えられてないんだ。ケニー・アッカーマンはとても用心深い。
アッカーマン。
Huh?
それがケニー。奴のせいか。
Wait, what? His name is Ackermann as well?
What is going on?
誰か来ます。複数います。
言ったろ兵長、何もかもだ。調査兵団はここで最後だ。
No, don't end. Thank you.
I'm not gonna see the end of that before next episode.
王への越見が決まったぞ。そこで調査兵団の解体とお前の処分が下される流れだ。
ピクシス司令にあることを委ねた。もしその時が来ればだが、選ぶのはお前だ。そして彼らだ。
Right. Make the right decision here, man.
まあよい。奴はすでにカゴの中の鳥だ。死を待つだけのな。エルヴィン・スミスが到着しました。奴を死刑にしさえすれば全ては元通りだ。駅内の平和も守られる。永遠にな。エルヴィン、最後に言い残したいことはあるか。
Oh, God damn it.
Of course.
Do you have any last words? Yes, and I will tell you next time.
Yeah.
To be continued. Those are his last words.
Oh god. The irony.
Yeah. But that was episode 4. I am still just as confused as I was before we got into this episode, if not more so even. Because yeah, we got once again some new information during this one. Not as much as the previous episodes. Perhaps this one was, them dealing with, well, the scouts at least dealing with them being hunted and what to do strategy wise, what Hanji is doing. And how she made it so that one witness turned into many witnesses. That was really cool. And then a piece of new information that we got that I am quite curious about, and also it makes me confused, is Kenny Ackermann.
Yeah.
So it's Levi Ackermann, Mikasa Ackermann, and Kenny Ackermann. That can't be a coincidence.
No.
So, and did Kenny call Levi Ackermann because he used to see him as a son, sort of, and like he has that name because of Kenny, or are they truly related and Kenny is his father or his uncle or something? And then how does Mikasa fit into all of that? And she clearly reacted to it. She was like, Ackermann, wait. And it was also clear in that scene that Levi does not know that that is his last name.
No.
At all, because he didn't, like, his only reaction was, oh, is that his last? Can't believe I never knew his last name. Kind of a deal. I never knew that was his last name. It seemed like that was Levi's reaction to hearing Kenny Ackermann.
Yeah.
So we still need some more there, but before they could question that guy any further, some people with guns, they approached. Or they're approaching. And that's when that one ended. So yeah. Where do you want to start? Well, from the start, I guess.
Yeah, I just think this is a bit harder to talk about because there was so much information and not necessarily a lot happened.
Yeah, and not a lot of, like, it's just moving pieces around on the chessboard. Not a lot though, but it was a lot of moving around in this one, and as I said, dealing with some of the stuff we found out, or some of the stuff that happened in the first 3 episodes.
Setting up some stuff as well, yeah.
Setting up a lot more stuff. But the most pressing thing right now, and also what they ended with, is what's happening with Erwin. Because they are really going forward with his execution, it seems like. But
yeah.
I have a feeling that something's going to happen before his execution. Because we're not going to lose him now. I just don't feel like it's the time for that, if that makes sense. That he's just going to get executed and that's it for Erwin.
I actually kind of expected that they will.
It's going to happen, and he's going to sacrifice his own life for the cause because it's so important to him.
But he did set some pieces up. He did talk to Commander Pixis and said, like, well...
Yeah. He told him what to do in the future, and sort of, like, told him his plans and his theories.
Yeah, and the same thing with this guy.
Niall?
Niall, yeah, exactly. That he was also, like... There comes a point... Like, he basically told him, there comes a point where you need to be on the right side.
Yeah, and it's going to be up to you guys. You're going to have to act. Like, I'm setting all of this stuff up for you. But when we get to that very important moment, it's then not up to me anymore. I'm just going to watch from the sidelines, was basically what he was saying, even though if he's dead at that point, he can't even watch. But he's not going to be able to do anything. So it's going to be up to Pixies and Niall and people like him, like people who will have to step up and join, like, the right side of history, so to say. Yeah, that is, again, a human perspective, or it's from one perspective, like whatever is right and wrong here. But we are, of course, hoping, or we hope that they're going to be able to succeed, Erwin and the Scouts, and what they're trying to do, what they're fighting for. They seem like the good guys, and they are the people that we've been following all the way through, but I'm still so curious about everything and everyone else, and how it actually all fits together, even though we know a lot more now than we did beforehand, that's for sure.
Yeah, but it would also be some sort of, like, not necessarily ironic, but a little bit ironic that, well, he can fight titans, and he can have his arm bit off by a titan and survive. He can lead
all these
numerous battles, and as soon as it's titans, he can actually, like, manage. But the thing that's gonna take him down is
human bureaucracy and
corruption, like, stuff like that. That's gonna be what he's powerless to, and so it's sort of like, it's, as I said, not ironic, but just kind of like,
yeah. And us who thought, like, from the beginning, and I'm sure that's what people, like, when people get into the series at first, or get into the story at first, they think it's about humans versus titans, these monstrous beings. but that's actually like those are easier to deal with at this point in time than what the humans are doing and what they're up against and the power structure that they're fighting.
But that's also a bit like, I feel like that's maybe a common thread, especially in this season, because when we had the whole car chase with the Levi squad down the when they were after trying to kidnap
in the wagon
and it was so hard for them to kill people because they have not been accustomed to killing people before. They've only accustomed to killing titans, so it's also like a way of and I know this is actually a true like defense mechanism when you have to do cruelty for humans. It's like you dehumanize and you desensitize yourself in a way by saying like you lessen the opponent and make them less than a human, and they said like that's so easy with titans because they
are big ass monsters and they aren't as human as.
But that's not necessarily right either, because we know that some of them are actually sentient and everything. But that's besides the point. It's just like the way that we usually like we overcome this sort of like inner turmoil when it comes to like killing living beings. We usually do this where we dehumanize our opponent, and that's also what they have to do if they have to kill other people. But oh man, so that's definitely hard. And I think maybe that's like that's the whole takeaway message with this series in general. Like it's just like human versus human, and
what humans are capable of when they want to hold on to power, or if they have some sort of agenda, and
just in general how horrible people are.
Or can be at least. But we also got some other stuff inside of this episode. Got to meet Hitch, or got to see Hitch and Marlowe again, and that was quite interesting, and I like the way that it eventually played out. I was afraid at first that they were just going to take them out because, they're military police, they're looking for us, we can't let these guys go and tell anyone. But they didn't. They just caught them. They need their costumes, I was about to say, their uniforms to disguise themselves as military police. And then at first they were supposed to just be, bound up, tied up somewhere. And then Sean said, I'm going to take care of it. And at first that was quite confusing, the way that he all of a sudden like wanted to kill them. And it was like, okay, there's some like, he has some sort of agenda here. Like there's something he wants to do. And he just wanted to turn them, and he wanted to like really also see whether or not at least Marlowe, if he was truthful about wanting to join up. And he Marlowe reminded Sean of Eren because of that very like self-righteous thing, and I want to fight corruption, I want to be on the right side, and I want to take out the bad guys. And
he heard that comparison before, so
yes.
And they also learned about Annie, that she was the female Titan, and then things perhaps started to fall into place.
Yes,
a little bit.
That was a big thing for them, was, or at least the reasoning for them to go against the scouts was how they thought, or in their heads, in their mind, like the scouts are responsible for everything that happened in Stohas and all the people who died. And especially also for Hitch being like, and Annie, like my roommate, she just disappeared after this whole thing, and she sort of used Annie as a representation of like everything that happened there, and like she didn't even get to know anything about her. And then of course they told them, so that sort of shattered their entire image of everything that happened in Stohas. And then we also got Hanji finding Reeves and getting him to help out, actually, and used him there in a very smart way to get these military police or interior police to tell or just say out loud what actually happened to Reeves' father, Boss Reeves, and now the younger Reeves is the new boss. They got him, or he got them to spill the beans in front of a lot of people. So now there are more witnesses, and they seem like that they're gonna stay true, stay loyal to Reeves, to the scouts, whatever you want to call it, do the right thing, and Reeves is also gonna do his best, like with the Reeves company, to protect these people.
Mm-hmm.
So we are almost getting some sort of a like resistance.
Yeah,
going
uprising.
Here. An uprising. Fuck yes, revolution. and that could be the way things are going as well, or like what we're leaning towards here is
like the coup will actually be supported by the people and not only the bastards in power.
Exactly, because if the people, even though they can be manipulated and whatnot, is still a very big factor to have the people on your side, and that is why they have been manipulated for so long now, and they believe things are a certain way because that's what they've been told, that's what they've been taught their entire lives. But when you pull away the curtain and people get to see what's actually going on, then now hopefully they're gonna rise up, and when they are going against the power structure and they really want to have some sort of revolution, and we get this uprising, then it's going to be even more difficult for them to fight it when we get to that. So that is a really good plan, and we know that Erwin and now also Hanji, like, they are good at coming up with these plans, these solutions, and they are quick thinkers. But I don't know how much more there is to talk about this one. It kind of just ended abruptly, so just gonna wait for the next episode, I guess. Unless you have anything. Nope. All right. That's gonna do it for this reaction and review of Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 4. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.